My first week of baby weaning is not going as well as I'd hoped. Hello, if you are new around here, my name is Caroline and I have just started weaning my 6-month-old little girl, and I've already weaned my 3-year-old 3 years ago-ish, and it went very differently to how it's going now. So yeah, I'm just going to share with you how the first week has been, and just as a small spoiler, it's not going as well as I'd hoped. So first of all, my daughter has just turned 6 months, and so she was showing signs, I would say, ready to wean from, I'd say, about 5.5-ish months. So she was sitting up, had good head control. But obviously I wanted to wait till she was 6 months just because that's what the NHS guidelines suggest. And also I think I was in denial a bit actually about the fact that my little girl was 6 months old, because this past 6 months has literally flown by, when I didn't realise that when you have a second child, the time goes even faster than when you have a first child, because oh my gosh, I can't even remember 6 months ago when she was a newborn. So we've decided to go down the baby-led weaning route just for ease of life. I prefer sort of boiling up a vegetable or fruit or whatever and just plonking it on her tray as opposed to having to spoon feed endlessly. So I'm going down the baby-led weaning route at the minute. I do spoon-fed purees and stuff as well. I'm not against that. At this minute in time, I'm happy to do baby-led weaning. So we started off with broccoli. So I boiled the heck out of some big broccoli trees, what are they called? Stalks? Florets, there we go. And so they were super soft and, you know, easily smushable between her hands. And so I plonked 2 florets down in front of her, and she was, she seemed okay. She explored the food, and as far as I was aware, it was going well. She enjoyed eating it. She made a mess and she loved it. I was impressed. I was like, okay, good, we are good to go with this. I did broccoli for about 3 or 4 days just because, like I said, I was in denial. I didn't want to venture out and start looking at my cooking books and planning any sort of baby-led food. So I just thought I'd just stick with broccoli for now. So we did broccoli for about 3 or 4 days. The second food I decided to give her was carrot. So this is where I got a little bit scared. The broccoli is very easy to smush between the hands and the mouth, so I wasn't worried about choking and things with broccoli. But carrot, on the other hand, I boiled a carrot for what felt like an eternity, but I still wasn't comfortable enough giving it to her as a baton. I gave it to her and then she picked it up and put it in her mouth, and I instantly filled with panic and was like, I can't do this, I can't do the carrot. So I did actually chop it up into little lumps. I put it on a spoon for her and she wasn't interested. She was like, what is this lumpy orange stuff you're giving me? So she didn't really eat much or any of the carrot at all. So that's something I need to overcome, my fear of the carrots, because yeah, the choking fear overtook me and I couldn't see past it. So we did do carrots second, but it was a big fat failure. The next food we gave was banana. She really enjoyed a banana. Obviously it's a sweet fruit, what's not to love? So I know the guidelines sort of state that you shouldn't give fruit too early on because it can mean that babies don't eat anything else afterwards because they've got a taste for the sweet stuff. Well, I didn't have anything else in the house and thought that fruit would be fine. And so we gave her banana and she loved it as expected. And so I'm not sure if this impacted the next couple of days or not, but she was not interested in anything else I gave her for the next couple of days. And like I say, I don't know if that's to do with the banana or that just because she didn't fancy doing it solid foods anymore. But the next day I gave her steamed courgette. To be fair, steamed courgette sounds miserable. Courgette is probably one of my least favourite vegetables, but I thought it'd be good for her to try. Like, I put it down in front of her, she smushed it, she tried it a little bit, but she really didn't like it. And I was a bit disheartened actually, because I thought, come on, we've been doing quite well up until this point, why are we not eating our courgette? So we did the courgette, and then the next day we did cauliflower. Again, an absolute fail. I think not one bit of it went in her mouth. And this day I did actually get a bit sort of like, what's going on? Why is she not eating anything? And I was a little bit worried. I did start thinking, am I doing something wrong here? Should I be doing purees only? Or is there something else I should be doing that I'm not aware of? But I did actually ask for some advice on ye old TikTok. And the general consensus was, because she was still playing with the food, it wasn't something to be worried about. So that was a relief. She was showing interest in the food, but she wasn't eating it. And again, I have to keep reminding myself that food before one is just for fun. And so it's not the end of the world if not a lot is ingested. And then cucumber, again, another one. I saw someone on my Instagram actually did a really good thing with cucumber, which I stole from her. She basically got a cucumber and cut off all the skin. All I gave was the seeds in the middle, which she actually really liked. I'm not sure if it was the coolness of the seeds, obviously because the cucumber had been in the fridge. I'm not sure if that helped, but she did really enjoy cucumber, so that was a success. But all in all, she hasn't consumed much. We have been doing porridge this past week and she is swallowing a little bit, but again, she is not eating much. A lot of it is being spat out. And this is a complete difference to my son, who when I weaned him from the get-go ate everything I put in front of him. Everything was swallowed, nothing, barely anything was sort of spat out. Obviously you expect some sort of spitting out, but not much came out of his mouth. And it's just the complete opposite. So it's really thrown me off. I had no idea this would be a thing. I didn't really think this happened. I thought that once you gave food to babies, they were like, thank you very much. But apparently not. So yeah, I'm still plodding along. She's only 6 months. So when she hits 7 months, I'm gonna start doing more like meal type things. I will be sure to document some of those meals. I just thought I'd give a quick update on the first week and just to share with you how it's not all rainbows and flowers and my baby eats everything I put in front of them, because when I started Googling baby led weaning, especially on YouTube, everyone had like a really nice thing to say about it. And so when it didn't happen that way for me, I was a little bit bummed out, shall we say. So yeah, that's a very, very brief rundown of how weaning has been going for me the past week or so. If you have any advice for weaning, please leave it in the comments below, because I need all the advice, because it's like I'm weaning from the beginning all over again, as this is so different to last time. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you have liked this video, or hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I will be sharing the weaning journey going forward, when she hopefully will be eating a lot more foods. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.